Again, look at all of our framework.
So what does the G1 stand for?
G1 is my nickname. My friends in town, they have inherited companies from their fathers, from their grandfathers. They're G2, G3. I'm not mad, I'm jealous. I started in a double wide mobile home after Georgia Tech, getting my master's from Georgia Tech in mechanical engineering. This is me.
Awesome.
And this is my third manufacturing operation. So this cart goes to the Myrtle Beach area. This is a unique cart that you have a black with red Lux, so everything else is red. You don't see many of those on the road. It's quite noticeable.
So I'm guessing it's either a UGA fan or a Falcons fan.
One of the two.
One of the two, right. So if we want to do one Clemson Tigers.
We custom paint Clemson. We custom paint anybody. We wrap for anybody. We've made them for the NASCAR truck series that they had to have a detachable roof. We got a call this morning for a toy hauler. They needed a 73-inch height. No problem. You can't call anybody else to do that because no one else makes things. This is my daughter's cart. And this is a windshield we're testing out. So you and I spoke of windshield. This is an American windshield. I went to a horse show, but it's got the Honor logo on it. But this is my daughter's cart that's custom painted. This is a white Lux, gray seats with custom pink. This has never seen a road. It goes to horse shows twice a month, gets the crap beat out of it, and still not a squeak on it. So take a look at this. We put their logo in the back. Look at this sweater basket, 1/8-inch aluminum. Look at the magnets on your golf cart cover. It's no snaps, stainless steel magnets that will never rust. It's patented and they're lifetime guaranteed. All of this is made in-house, but this is the Lux model of the club cover. But just to know what we can do, these guys wanted these carts so quickly, I could not order these club covers. We had them made in a week. I had 15 of them made in a week locally by a boat company. This is a Lux model. This is a Lux Brown 3-inch lift. Look how easy it is to step on, okay? This is the beauty of sinking everything down about 4.5 inches. Everything, all of our cut mats or SeaDek from Florida. If you're a boating person, you know SeaDek. You get the large lockable storage. They chose tan. This brown color is very unique with the champagne. This is quite popular. Let's go check out one that's going to the Villages.
Okay. What's up, everybody? It's an awesome day, but we are not in FLA, and we're definitely not in the bubble of the Villages, Florida. No, for today's adventure, I thought, you know what? Let's do an 800-mile round trip, road trip to South Carolina to come check out the headquarters of Honor LSV. My name's Michael. If you're brand new to our channel, just real quickly, my awesome wife Tiffany and I, we're just a couple of empty nesters who decided to go ahead and move full-time to the Villages, Florida almost 2 years ago, and we've just been enjoying that lifestyle, and we've been documenting and sharing all of our adventures, all of our experiences, and all of our expenses with you here on our YouTube channel and also on Facebook. And one of the things that our regular viewers know is Tiffany and I, we're all about safety, 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 especially for golf carts. You know, that first 6 months that we moved to Villages, we tested out pretty much every golf cart that was available at that point in time before we decided to buy our golf cart, which we absolutely love. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, go check them out. We've documented from the very first day that we actually purchased our golf cart. We've done a lot of update videos on that. And you know that we're all about safety, 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 and then also value as well. So back in the day when we bought our golf cart, wow, about 1.5 years ago, Honor LSV wasn't on the scene down there in the Villages. This place is super impressive, and they definitely have one of the safest golf carts out there on the market, and they're made right here in America. So we're back in the bubble of the Villages, Florida, actually test driving and demoing one of these Honor golf carts. We'll get back to the interview with the owner, Brian, and more of the behind the scenes of their manufacturing facility here in just a second. But there's a few things I want to point out before we get to that. Number one, just listen how quiet this lithium powered golf cart is. I'm going to stop talking for just a second. and this golf cart is set, I think, at 19 or 20 miles per hour is the top speed. Your local dealer can't adjust that, so you'll need to talk to them about that. The other thing I want to point out is that we are not sponsored by or paid by Brian and Honor Golf Carts at this point in time, but we are definitely very, very impressed with this golf cart because we are all about safety. And we were researching 2 years ago, and it took us almost 6 months to make our decision to buy the golf cart that we currently have. It was the safest golf cart out there, especially with the 3-point harness seatbelt. You can see this is Megason Road that we're driving parallel with right now. We're in one of our multimodal cart lanes, and we have to take this, for a couple of miles down the road before we get to the separate multimodal cart lanes. That path off to our right, that's just a walking, jogging trail to take bicycles, so you can't drive your golf cart over there. But there are portions down here in the southern section, and then other portions up there around Spanish Springs where you do have to ride right next to regular cars. And unfortunately, there have been a lot of accidents on golf carts here in the Villages where 2 golf carts will collide and one of them gets knocked over, or a car will hit a golf cart from behind and the folks aren't wearing their seatbelts, and so the driver and the passenger gets ejected from the golf cart. There's been some very serious injuries and unfortunately even some fatalities. So we're all about safety, safety, safety. And then right on cue, you see, here's this truck. I think he was going to stop no matter what. He did. But yeah, I've got a 3-point harness seatbelt on right now, which I'll show you when we stop and park this golf cart. So the speed limit for cars on this portion of Megason Road is only 30 miles per hour. We do have miles and miles and miles of multimodal cart lanes where we do not have to drive, parallel with cars. But for those few miles here and other portions of the Villages and in the neighborhoods too. So if you're driving through the neighborhoods, you're driving with regular cars. You definitely want to have at a minimum a lap seat belt, and we prefer that 3-point harness DOT approved seat belt because you never know when an accident is going to happen. So the Franklin Recreation Center is up here on our left hand side. So let's pull in the parking lot here. You get the postal facility off to our left. You get the pickleball courts off to our right. Got some folks out here walking their dogs. We got a putt and play, a pitch and putt. And then directly in front of us is the Franklin Rec Center, which is decorated like a watermelon theme on the inside and the outside. And this is a family pool, so if you have kids, the grandkids come to visit you, this is a place to bring them to. So the sun is directly overhead. It's pretty darn hot, and that pool sounds pretty tempting right about now. But just check out the beautiful color on this Honor golf cart. That is one of the awesome things. You can customize this, the seat colors, the body color, all that kind of stuff. And the only place that you can actually buy an Honor golf cart here in the Villages is the same place where we bought our golf cart from. So if you need more information, go to our website at michaelandtiffany.com. We have a form you can fill out, and they'll give you a discount on any of the golf carts they sell. They're very low pressure. The owner is a veteran. Most of the folks that work over there are also fellow villagers. So just awesome people. So again, go to michaelandtiffany.com if you want more information. But this Honor golf cart here, you'll see that in just a minute when we get back to Brian, he points out all of these safety features. And one of the ones that we talked about when we were driving were these 3-point harness seat belts. And also those seats are the cool touch, so they don't get hot when you're driving around or leaving it parked out here in the hot, hot sun. So let's get back to more of that interview with Brian, the owner. What's up, everybody? It's another awesome day to not be in FLA. I'm actually on a 24-hour road trip. I left the bubble of the Villages, Florida around 5 a.m. this morning to drive all the way here to Summerville, South Carolina. We're only about 20 minutes outside of Charleston to meet Brian. He is the owner of Honor LSV.
This is the beauty of our cart. You cannot flip it. Going 25 miles an hour. It's unbelievable. Every
Okay.
cart, there's seat belts.
Okay.
On our 6-seaters, the front seat has 3-point, the rest
Okay.
has 2. You could get 3-point on everything if you want.
I'm gonna flip the camera around and let Brian tell you a little bit about him and about his company.
Hey guys, appreciate everyone coming and watching. My name is Brian. I am the founder of Honor LSV. We started this company 3.5 years ago to reshore as much product from China as possible back to America, more specifically the low country of South Carolina. Every cart we make is custom made, it is hand welded, it is hand assembled, 100% assembled, but we do more in this facility than any other golf cart company in the country, including the big 3. What separates us is our customization. Our safety. We are the safest cart in the industry. We have multiple patents on our safety. So parents, if you have children and you want to put them in the safest cart in the industry, turn to Honor. We're the only all aluminum cart in the market. We're the safest cart, like I said, and we're the least expensive American option.
So tell me a little bit about, because when you said parents, about safety for their kids, I know a little bit about the backstory. So you tell me a little bit about the backstory of you and how you started Honor.
So I sold 2 manufacturing companies before this. I entered early retirement, bought a Chinese 6-seater expensive cart for my family. My son was 14 at the time. It was about 2 or 3 months old. The cart was going 25 miles an hour. The transaxle locked up on him. He got thrown through a windshield. I started taking that cart apart. I got utterly infuriated that I paid over $30,000. And I said, I have the manufacturing ability. I have the skill set to make a difference. I call it Honor. Let's bring back work to America.
Awesome. So you can see right here, they've got the red, white, and blue patriotic. This is a paint job.
No, those are wraps.
Those are wraps, right? On both of these carts right here. I can imagine those driving around the villages. I haven't seen anybody with one like that.
No.
I've seen the matte black one before with the red accents.
So this is new for 25. This is our Luxe model. About 90 to 95% of our carts are the Luxe model right now. So what is the Luxe model? Because some people have confusion. Our Luxe model is our choice of powder coat colors. This is Luxe Gray. We have the largest powder coat facility in the state of South Carolina. You'll see that shortly. But your options are gray, white, blue, red, brown. I believe that's it. There's 6 of them.
So that's for the brush guard.
Right,
and then,
everything we do in aluminum is powdered gray. So if you come back here, all your rear seat kit, your A-frame, your uprights, everything is powdered gray. Or powdered the color of your choice. Then you get patented Cool Touch sheets that are wrapped here in Somerville by a boat manufacturer. These seats stay 20 degrees cooler than other seats, other vinyl seats on the market.
And I can tell you, I personally test drove one of these this past weekend, and I got the one with the white seats, which were awesome, and leaving out there that hot blazing sun, did not have to worry about getting scalded when I sat down, so that was pretty nice.
The other difference of the Luxe is everything back here is aluminum instead of right here is plastic. Okay, so we're able to lower the rear seat kit. Is virtually the same height as the front seat. As our standard model and other carts, your rear seat kit is higher than your front seat. To lower this center of gravity 4.5 to 5 inches, and you have 200 to 400 pounds back here, it is a significant safety advantage of having that 4.5 inches, 5 inches lower, that amount of weight. What also helps is 6'2 to 6'3". You're able to sit back here without hitting your head. And also we were able to lower this rear platform that it's much easier to get on for people that have problems getting on.
And a very nice, super sturdy 100%. Handle and frame to grab on when you're getting on and off. And this is also, I'm assuming, to hold your golf bags, right?
It is. So we have a golf bag attachment that can come back here. You could put your golf bags here. It's really whatever you wish. But most people, especially in the villages, they have the trailer hitch accessory with the golf bag attachment. The Luxe also offers the largest lockable storage in the industry. So we're able to incorporate that into the Luxe package.
That's nice, especially if you're going to the town squares and you got your valuables or you want to lock up your purse or something like that. Don't have to worry about it.
And then the Luxe also has additional lights. This is an accessory. This is a rear light bar. The accessory on the rear light bar is for people that want additional light at night to illuminate the ground behind them. But these two lights right here are part of the Lux package, just to give you more blinker, brake, and lights at night.
And you have someone, okay, you get the speaker right there, so it has the lights right there,
yes.
right? Okay.
So this one has the sound bar, the subwoofer. Look how low this battery tray is. Look how low this battery sits, and it's all wrapped in aluminum. This has a subwoofer that's directly tied to your sound bar, so you don't have to turn this on and off. This cart actually has a 110 volt outlet as well, so all of this inverter is the power source for your 110 outlet. We actually add additional inverters for all of your accessories, so we don't rob from the house power. I don't want you turning on your music and your lights dimming.
Yep.
Okay, that's not the way we do things. But everything is wrapped in aluminum in here. We're the only ones that do that, so it can be used for storage.
So what about your battery options? You have 2 or 3 different options for your battery?
We have a 105, we have a 160, and we put 205s in parallel for a 210.
Okay.
They are a 10-year warranty. From Eco Battery.
Oh wow, 10-year, not just 8, 10-year. Okay, that's great.
The new Gen 3s are 10-year.
So if you were this, what is this, a 105?
This is a 105.
Okay, so if you want to do a 210, you'd have to move the subwoofer?
That's correct. If you do a 210, this will take up where the sub is, but all of the holes for our dealers, all of the holes are already lasered into the aluminum for every battery option.
Nice.
So you don't have to drill anything. All the holes are already there. So if you need to swap I like this cart, but I want a different battery, it's very easy for the dealer.
So it'd be great. It's an easy way. If someone, like you said, would get with the 105 battery.
100%.
And for a lot of folks, that may be enough battery range for you in the villages. But if you want to drive all the way down from Eastport, all the way up to Spanish Springs and back, then you're probably going to want the 210.
Agreed.
So if you start with the 105, like you said, the dealer can then add that additional battery for you there.
The other beauty of this cart, before we go out into the manufacturing area where it's a little bit louder, our cart will go further than any other cart in the market for 2 reasons. One, we're the only one with a permanent magnet motor. It's a 9 kilowatt motor. It is a massive motor, but that's what electric vehicles use. You came in a Tesla.
Yep.
Tesla uses permanent magnet. It is 15% more efficient than AC induction. We used to use AC induction, nothing wrong with it. It's just not that efficient. So our carts will go about 15% further just because of our motor. Then couple that with their only all aluminum cart in the market. We are the lightest cart in the market. So you're not having to carry around additional weight for steel. So it does give you further range as well.
What about regen braking? Is that an option?
The regen braking, all of our carts have regen braking. Good point. We're the only ones with an app. We're the only OEM with an app that you can control as the retail customer. You can control the regen from 0 to 100%. Everyone else sets the regen, but if you don't like it, it is set in the controller. You can't change it. On our app, you can do multiple things. You can lock out the cart. Kids, we're going to dinner, don't drive the golf cart. Even if the kids have the keys, the cart's not going anywhere. You can change your regen, or you can say, kids, you can drive the cart, but instead of going 25 miles an hour, let's say, you bring them down to 15, the cart instantaneously only goes 15 miles an hour until you change it back on the app to a higher speed.
That's awesome. They can download that from either the Apple Store or
Apple
Google.
or Droid, or Droid, absolutely.
Okay.
And every retail customer should have our app.
Nice.
The other beauty of the app, for instance, people in the villages complained that our acceleration was too much. Okay, that the cart took off at a speed that they did not like. So the other beauty of the app is we can push uploads to the app without the dealer getting involved.
Nice.
So the next time you open the app, it says an update is available, you hit update. For instance, 2 weeks ago, we launched a comfort mode for the villages. So now our app has comfort mode and normal mode. The comfort mode has less acceleration, less throttle response than the normal mode. So that's just another benefit to having the app as well. I'm gonna show you the app and how we use the app. Notice the quietness. So you go to the Honor app, you go to Bluetooth connections. I have to do this out here because I have a ton of them. I go to scan, checking vehicle status, switch it to neutral, switch it to forward, switch it to reverse. Now this app is controlling this cart. It's that easy. You only have to do that once. Now you're going to go to vehicle setup. Okay, this cart is in standard mode. I'm going to put it in comfort mode, or we can do standard, whatever. This cart only goes 20, but here's how you control your regen. You can go from 0 to 100%. What I am going to do, just for the sake of right now, is I'm going to go 25 instead of 20, and that's how easy it is. Okay, then I go to on the fly regen. So let's say I want to test out the regen and see what number I like. You turn this on and the cart will instantaneously only go that regen. Four-wheel drive, you can monitor your four-wheel drive system if you have that option. Anti-theft, kids, we're going to dinner. This cart's locked. I put it in drive. It's not going anywhere even with the key on. Kids, we're back from dinner. I turn it off. We're going.
There we go.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go 25 and we're just going to swerve. I'm going to swerve more radically when you're not on the cart.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, but just so you can see, I'm taking these bumps. Boom. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Going up that. So, again, your regen is controlled. See how your amps are picking up? You can control how quickly we just slow down.
Wow.
Okay. If you don't like it, change it.
So all of your carts, when they're shipped down to the villages or anywhere, they go in a...
They go in an enclosed truck or trailer, whether it's an 18-wheeler, a box truck, a trailer like this, whatever it is. They go into that.
One thing I did notice as well too, that you really don't have an emergency brake because it's built in, right?
100%.
So it's not like you got to press it and lock it in.
You do not. Every time you come to a stop, you'll hear a click and your parking brake is engaged.
It doesn't matter whether you're flat or on an
100%.
incline or whatever it might be. You just literally, like you said, you just stop, you
stop.
get off your cart, and it's going to be
It's great for
engaged.
golfers. It's great for everyone because you just, once you come to a complete stop, give it about a half second and you'll hear that click.
Nice.
The other beauty of our cart is this touchscreen self-diagnoses the cart.
Okay.
If there's ever any problems with the cart, you just send a picture to your dealer. The dealer knows automatically what's wrong with it by just having the computer in the touchscreen.
So right down there, you see on the
Correct.
left-hand
The
side,
fault
it
code.
says fault code 000 right now, but
Correct.
if one did come up, you let the
Correct.
dealer know and you're all good to go.
Other advantages of this cart, you have a true dual A-arm front independent suspension. You can adjust camber and toe. Why is that important? Camber so you can make your tires wear evenly. This coil is 100% adjustable. You can adjust your ride to make it harder or softer. We have four-wheel disc brakes. All of our brake lines are flexible, so they will never corrode. They're not rigid lines that will corrode or rust in time. We do have blinkers that self-cancel after 30 seconds. With our brush guard, the brush guard is tied to your low beam lights. So when you turn on your low beams, the brush guard 6.5-inch light bar automatically comes on. Then if you need more light, you turn on your bright lights. But
Wow.
if you have our front light bar, the front light bar is typically tied to your high beams that you get a tremendous amount more light. We put it on the high beams because it is so bright you may not be able to use it at all times.
And one of the things that I personally like, there's some other golf carts before we bought the golf cart that we have. And here, hey, just a real quick little disclaimer. Number one, we do not own on our golf cart right now. Just found that Brian and what he's doing here to be really, really awesome. And then where we actually bought our golf cart, that's the only place that you can buy an Honor LSV in the villages. So when I test drove this myself, one of the things I was impressed with, like some of the other types of golf carts, you have to press a button down there on the floorboard to honk your horn, and sometimes you'll accidentally step on it or might even miss it, and they have that little beep beep kind of sound. This right here actually has a real horn. So first of all, wow, check out this manufacturing and warehouse facility. How big is this space, Brian?
It's 130,000 square feet and 22 acres. We have purchased it. We do have the largest powder coat facility in the state, so we did have to purchase it because it took them about 4 months to assemble that here. What I wanted to show you guys first is everything we do here. So if you get a 6-seater from us, this is what you're getting underneath. Look at this structure. Look at this framework. Look at the 1/4-inch tabs for your step rails. Everything is completely over-engineered. Look at how low your battery tray is. We saw that earlier. Everything red is steel. Why do we put a steel skid plate? Well, your battery is on the bottom of your frame, so we don't want something hitting your battery, so we put a 1/4-inch red steel skid plate underneath. And we also have, and that is patented for safety, and we also have our sway bar system that is also patented by us. This enables the cart. If you can flip this cart, if my 17-year-old can't do it, no one can. But this, you would really have to be trying to tip over our carts. And every parent knows of a cart tipping over. We will do some testing in a little while, and I will swerve erratically going 25 miles an hour. It is phenomenal how our carts handle.
Awesome.
So everything you see here is made in-house. Let's go check out some machinery. These are all of our color options for the standard seats. If you get a standard cart, these will be your color options. You've got brown and tan in a combo, gray and black in a combo.
Nice.
These over here are all of your choices for powder. So if you get a Luxe model, you could get blue, red, gray, brown, black, or white. The blue, we don't really advertise, but we just did a cart for a Detroit Lions football player, and he mandated his blue. These are the Luxe seats that are wrapped in Somerville by a boat manufacturer. Same color options, brown and tan.
Yep.
Brown tan combo is not shown. Black and gray, black gray combo, but we also offer white as well, which is quite popular. People ask, oh, the white's going to get dirty. These are for $500,000 center consoles that are meant to go offshore to get blood, to get everything on them. They're quite durable. We do work for other companies in our industry, as again, we are here to reshore product from America to America. If some of our competitors choose, we do contract manufacturing for them. We do have a 5 kilowatt, 5 foot by 10 foot laser that you guys will see run. It is phenomenal. We've got a 40-ton press brake. We have got manual bending. We do all of our uprights. Just zoom in real quick. Look at the wall thickness on our uprights. No one else in the industry uses 3/16. We do. Everybody else uses 1/8. This is one of our competitors' samples that we have done for them. Again, we're trying to get as much manufacturing back to America as possible. We have a massive 6-inch diameter 3-stage CNC tube bender. This machine, you're running about $600,000 to $700,000 on the machine. We probably have another $300,000 in fixturing. This is meant to do the heaviest of duty. This is what truck frames are made with.
Wow.
But yet we're making golf carts. We have a laser tube, 65 foot long, 60,000 pounds. You can see in there, you can also see on the screen how quick this machine is. I just cut off a part. Boom, done.
So what do you do with all your scrap material?
All of our scrap is recycled. There's an H.
There you go.
Those parts are coming out. These are uprights that we're making now. If you want to watch them make the holes, watch. This is 3/16 by 1 inch by 1 inch. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole. How about another one? All day long, guys. This is the most sophisticated production you will see in the golf cart industry or in any other industry. This machine is really meant for aerospace, medical, military. The accuracy of this machine is plus or minus 1/10 of the thickness of a human hair.
Wow.
Okay, way overkill for a golf cart. The other thing this machine does is we put pieces of a puzzle together. So everything is tabbed. It has a male and a female piece. So this male piece is going into a female. This is a male piece. It has a female that it goes into. We are the only company that welds that does not have fixturing. We assemble a piece of a puzzle. If you create the whole puzzle, stand it up, the puzzle does not fall apart. Same with our frames. Let's check it out. Our own step rails, our own extrusions for that.
Nice.
On the Lux model, look how massive, I'll come out to you.
Okay.
Look how massive this rear platform is. None of this is welded yet, guys. It's all just put together with pieces of a puzzle. So I can take this out. This is the male, that's the female. My welders cannot weld it here. They can't weld it here. They have to weld it here. And we give a 5 thousandths or 125 micron tolerance for everything to go in. So again, I'm holding up my piece of a puzzle and nothing's falling apart. If you can see, this whole outside piece is one piece. That is significant for accuracy. So now I know that this hole right here is in the exact same place that this hole is. If I bend it on the tube bender, I distort the aluminum, I change it. So those two holes could be off at that point. When I just bend it like this, I keep all the aluminum. I know exactly where my holes are. Gotcha. It's fantastic. Again, look at our frames. All of them are stacked. None of them are welded yet. So I can take this guy and I can move it all around, and we actually carry them all around the shop, and there isn't one weld on this frame yet. So our frames are more rigid, they're more accurate, and they're more repeatable than any other frame in the market due to our technology we have here. No one else tabs parts like we do.
Awesome.
The other thing to note on this 2+2, look at this piece right here. It is all one piece of material. So the entire main frame is all one piece of material. You can see all the pieces of aluminum, we just bend them. So when it comes out of the machine, this is about 18 feet long, and we just bend it to assemble this. This is the beauty of American technology. We do have robotic welding. For the sake of viewing, we can't run the welder because you'll see the weld. But we have two different bays. We've got one for the 4-seater, one for the Lux platform, and one for the 6-seater. The goal is we load and unload while the torch is on the other side. So this is a massive 14-foot trunnion. It can articulate 365 degrees while it welds.
Wow.
It is a fantastic machine. You'll see here, we do have I mentioned before, we have the largest powder coat facility in the state. This runs at 2.1 feet a minute every Friday after every Friday. We are cleaning, you can see Sierra in there cleaning. We have to clean everything every week to keep contamination. Everybody thinks powder coating is easy. Spraying the powder is easy. Prepping powder is one of the hardest things that can be. So this first stage right here is heated acid. It's actually exhausted out of the building because it's 155 degrees and it's actually penetrating into the aluminum or steel.
Okay.
We don't bead blast like a lot of other people. We're actually etching into the aluminum with heated acid. Then you have 2 wash stations that she's actually washing now. So when this line runs, you can't stop it.
Fridays is when you do that?
Fridays, because it takes us 4 days to prep for 1 day of powder.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go check out some other stuff for powdering. So everything has to be sanded before. It doesn't have to be, but if you don't, in a few years, the powder will come off. So if we do sand, the powder adheres much better.
Okay.
Here's A-frames ready for this week. These are going black. So we'll be doing black and white this week. So it's Wednesday. We're just putting up our pallets to get ready for powder for this week. We make our own trailer hitches. Imagine that. All of this is cut. This is on the sheet laser. This is on the LT7 for our Lux models. This is our step rail bracket. So this is actually the bracketry underneath the cart for our step rails. These are our windshield brackets, our A-frames, our backup camera brackets. These are our seat kits. Those are 4+2 front seats. Now you get to the finished parts. That's the Lux platform that you saw earlier. Now it's welded and coated. You can get it again in different colors, but what you see here is white, gray, brown, black, red, and notice the green label on everything. Every time a part comes out of powder, we examine with black light for any blemishes. If they get a reg tag, they have to go back in, they have to be sanded down and go back in again. If it has a green tag, it is ready for production to pull. We also offer ice chest attachments. That's what that black and white is. You can put a 45-quart Yeti in there. There's fishing rod holders you can put on the side, beach chair attachments, you can put on the side. Here's our brush guards. Here's all our step rails, our extrusions made in-house. Guys, I'm here to tell you there is no one else in this country that does what we do. These are our own extrusions. These are our own extrusions. When I said everything red is safety, so we powder coat everything red that involves our patents for safety.
So everything in red is steel.
Correct. Everything in red is carbon steel, powder coated red, because I want people to look under the cart. Wait, what is that?
Right.
We want people to talk about our safety. It's very important. So over here we have our dry off oven. This is at around 350 to 400 degrees. So all of that you see in the background is our automated cleaning system. Now we've got to get all of that water off. So we're drying off all that water. Then it comes around, and this is our powder coat booth. They have not cleaned this yet, but it will be cleaned. You're talking walls. Everything will be cleaned before Friday. And then it runs through, this is why it's so large, is if our frame is 10 foot long, that aluminum has to reach 400 degrees for 11 minutes. That's why we had to design this to be so long. This is our cure oven at around 450 degrees, and it is massive. This is well over $1 million operation, just in the powder coat area. Then we come to assembly. So again, 100% assembly. Whereas a lot of our competitors, wheel seats and a roof. So we have mechanical. They have a frame over here. They're making this into a rolling chassis. So they just got this frame. This frame will actually go to Florida. This is a 2+2 6-inch. Just look at the structure, look at the rigidity. They're putting together the motor now. When they get out, they put motor, braking, steering, and suspension on in mechanical. We have ergonomic lifts for them to do so. And when it comes out, it can actually roll. Then it will come to electrical, where we have several carts. These are completely done. Again, guys, the benefit of making stuff, all of this, we CNC cut this floorboard. Look at the whole lineup to where, okay, if I were to bend this frame, you couldn't get that accuracy. So now I have riv nuts everywhere that bolts into a CNC'd. It's plus or minus 5 thousandths on this. This is what makes us who we are. The accuracy, the repeatability. Look at your sway bar system, okay? It is massive. So electrical obviously puts on electrical components. They're wiring up motor, controller, DC inverter, any accessories that you have are already put on power-wise. They're put on in this area, and they're ready to roll.
So you said earlier your battery has a 10-year warranty. What about your motor and just the general overall warranty?
The overall warranty for 2026 will be a lifetime on the frame, 10-year warranty on the battery, 5-year warranty on the motor controller, and then the rest of the cart's typically 3-year. Okay,
Nice.
but all of your powertrain is 5-year or 10-year. So after electrical, we have plastics. We have 2 stages of plastics. Some people are at break.
How many people are you employing right
We're
now?
employing about 45 people right now. We need to get up to around 65 people to get to the goal that we want of 10 carts a day. So stage 1 in plastics, putting on the main colored plastics and all the trim pieces. This cart will actually go to a very exclusive golf course here in town. Again, look at all of our framework.
So what does the G1 stand for?
G1 is my nickname. So my friends in town, they have inherited companies from their fathers, from their grandfathers. They're G2, G3. I'm not mad, I'm jealous. I started in a double wide mobile home after Georgia Tech, getting my master's from Georgia Tech in mechanical engineering. This is me.
Awesome.
And this is my 3rd manufacturing operation. So stage 2, they're actually putting on seats, roof uprights, roofs, front seat pods. So this is their area as well. Then we go to the finish line. The finish line is where you get your accessories. So if you've ordered that LSV package to convert your neighborhood electric vehicle, which you get a serial number, legally goes 19 miles an hour, to a low speed vehicle, 17-digit VIN number, able to drive 24 hours a day, you get your license plate. That's done in this area, which is our last operation. If you get sound bars, subwoofers, step rails, front light bar, rear light bar, trailer hitch attachments, all of that is done in the finish line. As you can see, we're putting on brush guards now. Let's go check out. They're doing finish line. So here is final inspection. So they have checklists, and in about 2 weeks, all of our checklists will be automated. It's going to be on a computer.
Okay.
All of our stuff right now is done by hand. So in 2 weeks, we'll have 7 iPads on the floor. They have to fill out questions. They have to measure things. So I'm able to look at this serial number, everybody that worked on it. I'm able to do it now, but I've got to go through paperwork.
Right.
In the future, it will be on the computer. All of these are for that exclusive golf course. They wanted a stereo. So we had to redo where we did our plugs. We put a stereo in that's tied to the touchscreen. They have a Luxe model. So let's go take a look at one that's completely done. We put their logo in the back. Look at this sweater basket, 1/8 inch aluminum. Look at the magnets on your golf cart cover. It's no snaps. Stainless steel magnets that will never rust. It's patented and they're lifetime guaranteed. All of this is made in-house, but this is the Luxe model of the club cover.
So are you only do the club covers, or do you do rain gear as well?
So we have bought rain gear patents from enclosures from E-Z-GO and Club Cars Upholster. We have not started those yet because we've been busy with other things. But just to know what we can do, these guys wanted these carts so quickly, I could not order these club covers. We had them made in a week. I had 15 of them made in a week locally by a boat company. It's pretty cool. They opted for a mini ice chest, mini cooler, a sand cooler. They opted for the gray Luxe. They wanted their roof 3 inches higher.
Okay.
So this roof is a custom height roof that is 3 inches higher. Okay, they opted for a small stereo system. 105, obviously sunken down. We have to do trailer hitches in the front, and then we put their logo in the front cart. You can look at this one if you want. Thanks for visiting Honor. We'll see you in the villages.
That's awesome. Good job, man.
Yeah.